Lloyd, also known as Twilight, is the epitome of a spy that every nation yearns to have. Orphaned at a tender age by the ravages of war, he dedicates his life to espionage, serving his homeland, Westalis, renowned for his exceptional agility, intelligence, and proficiency in hand-to-hand combat. He stands out among the elite agents, yet his most commendable trait is his masterful disguise skills and his knack for undermining the enemy from within. Lloyd is notorious for engaging in relationships for the sake of his missions, only to end them once his objectives are achieved. Upon the successful completion of a mission, Lloyd is briefed on his next assignment. Recently, a high-ranking Westalian diplomat perished in a vehicular mishap in Austania, a death Westalis suspects to be an assassination by Austania's factions, jeopardizing the fragile peace. Hence, the mission's success is paramount, and Lloyd, with his unparalleled skills, is chosen for the task. His target, Donovan Desmond, the leader of the Austania faction and a significant threat to the ongoing truce. The mission requires Lloyd to infiltrate Desmond's inner circle, a task complicated by Desmond's reclusive nature, only appearing at his son's school events. The initial phase demands Lloyd to acquire a child and secure admission to Eton College within a week. Understanding his mission, Lloyd relocates to Berlin in Austania, assumes the alias Lloyd Forger with a cover job as a psychiatrist, and purchases a home. Without hesitation, Lloyd visits a local orphanage in search of a suitable child, prioritizing intelligence for the impending school entrance exam. He is introduced to Anya, a girl seemingly too young for the task but immediately intriguing to Lloyd due to her telepathic response to his thoughts. Despite her apparent age of 4, Anya claims she is 6 and demonstrates her mental acuity by solving a crossword through mind reading. Impressed, Lloyd decides to adopt her. Anya, having been subjected to numerous experiments, possesses the ability to read minds. Upon arrival at their new home, Lloyd informs Anya that she will be recognized as his biological daughter. Anya, enchanted by the size of their new residence, quickly immerses herself in watching her favorite anime, Bondman, about a spy combating evil. Meanwhile, Lloyd steps out, with Anya secretly following him. One fundamental rule in espionage is to avoid drawing unnecessary attention. Yet, Anya, with her boundless energy, proves to be a challenge in this regard. As they spend more time together, Lloyd begins to question her intelligence, especially after a series of misunderstandings involving her confusion between bacon and a bakery, and her mistaking a penny for $1 during a purchase. Lloyd begins to doubt the genuineness of Anya's intellect after the crossword incident, contemplating whether it was mere luck and considering the possibility of returning her to the orphanage. Overhearing this, Anya bursts into tears, fearing that Lloyd intends to sell her. Caught off guard by her reaction, Lloyd quickly reassures her, vowing never to abandon her. That evening, Lloyd delves into parenting books, seeking to grasp Anya's thought processes better. The literature suggests that parents should nurture their child's independent thinking to foster future growth. However, Lloyd views his relationship with Anya through the lens of their mission's temporary nature, planning to return her to the orphanage once their objectives are met. The following day, when Anya shows resistance to studying for the entrance exam, Lloyd opts to head to work instead. Faced with Anya's persistent following, Lloyd reluctantly confines her at home to meet with an agent named Frank for insights on Anya's mysterious past. Frank reveals that Anya's origins are a complete enigma, with no records of her parents and a history of being shuffled between over 5 families within a year. Meanwhile, Anya, out of boredom, tamper with Lloyd's secured spy equipment, effortlessly unlocking it using a password she psychically gleaned from Lloyd. Her unintended actions lead to a message being sent out, which is intercepted by Austania's intelligence, alerting them to a Westalian spy's presence. Upon Lloyd's return, he senses something amiss and is ambushed. He manages to neutralize the attackers, only to discover Anya missing and his cover blown. An ensuing attack by an intruder while Lloyd realizes Anya has been captured, intending to be used as leverage. In captivity, Anya and Lloyd are briefly reunited before Lloyd, seizing an opportunity, escapes with Anya. Despite knowing Lloyd is her rescuer, Anya plays the part of a distressed captive, screaming for help. Once they are safe, Lloyd instructs Anya to seek refuge, intending her to be sent back to the orphanage by Frank. Anya overhears this plan but departs silently. Lloyd re-enters the fray, outsmarting his opponents with preset traps and issuing a stern warning to Edgar, the operations leader, threatening to expose his daughter's criminal involvements, leveraging Edgar's affection for her. After ensuring their escape, Lloyd returns home, only to find Anya waiting for him against his expectations. Lloyd feigns ignorance about the day's events, claiming he was just out shopping. despite Anya's awareness of the truth. Anya clings to her father, expressing her fear of being left alone and the inevitability of her tears if he were to leave. Lloyd, concerned for her safety, initially hesitates but ultimately resolves to keep Anya with him through the duration of his mission, especially after learning of her history of frequent family changes. Days later, Anya sits for her entrance exam, naively expecting it to be straightforward. She quickly realizes that her peers are equally anxious and prepared. Drawing on the lessons from Lloyd, she navigates through the exam questions. The moment Lloyd sees Anya's name among the successful candidates marks a rare instance of him letting his guard down in relief. At home, Anya discovers a letter addressed to Lloyd and decides to deliver it to him, finding him asleep. She quietly joins him, but Lloyd's instincts awaken him. The letter, an update from Eden College, informs them of the next phase in the admissions process, requiring Anya to attend an interview accompanied by both parents. Lloyd immediately begins the search for a suitable person to fill the role of Anya's mother. Despite Frank's efforts, none of his suggestions meet Lloyd's criteria for Anya's makeshift mother. Time is of the essence, and Lloyd is pressed to act swiftly. Meanwhile, at the city hall, the female staff are unsettled by recent thefts aimed at gathering personal information on women. Yor, a 27-year-old woman among them, stands out for her single status, which in their society casts her in a suspicious light. Camilla, one of Yor's colleagues, exploits this, questioning Yor's relationship status to embarrass her and inviting Yor to a birthday party under the pretense that she bring her non-existent partner. Caught in her own lie, Yor frets over finding a solution to avoid suspicion and humiliation. Later, Yor's younger brother Yuri calls, expressing his constant concern for her happiness and suggesting he could arrange a marriage for her. To alleviate his worries, Yor falsely claims she has a boyfriend, planning to attend Camilla's party with him. Yuri, pleased, plans to inquire about Yor's supposed partner through a mutual connection, putting Yor in a tight spot as she scrambles to maintain her fabricated story. The unexpected call Yor receives isn't from her brother Yuri, but from her employer, marking a shift from her daytime persona as a city hall clerk to her true identity as a ruthless assassin who eliminates those betraying her country under the cover of night. After fulfilling her latest assignment, Yor notes the damage to her attire and decides to shop for a new dress, aiming to blend in at the upcoming party. The next day, Lloyd reviews a list of potential women willing to marry within 48 hours. Given the heightened alert for spies, he opts against involving any female agents, preferring the authenticity of a real spouse to maintain his cover. While shopping for Anya, Lloyd scrutinizes the women in the store, seeking someone untainted by past relationships or scandals to ensure a flawless facade for Eden College's scrutiny. Yor's entrance into the store catches Lloyd off guard, her presence unnoticed until she speaks. He quickly gathers information on her, orphaned, a single younger brother, no romantic entanglements, making her an ideal candidate. Yor, sensing Lloyd's gaze, confronts him, leading to a misunderstanding that flatters her. Lloyd, improvising, compliments her beauty, stirring Yor's interest, though she hesitates upon noticing Anya. Anya, using her telepathy, discovers Yor's secret life as an assassin and becomes thrilled at the prospect of having a mother with such an exciting background. Anya's plea for a mother prompts Yor to learn more about Lloyd's situation. Upon learning of his single status, Yor boldly suggests they attend the party together, hoping to solve her immediate dilemma. Lloyd sees Yor as the perfect solution for Anya's school interview and agrees to her proposal, planning to extend their arrangement for the mission's duration. Meanwhile, Lloyd is assigned a mission coinciding with the party day. With Frank's assistance, he swiftly completes the task, confiscating a cache of illegal jewels. However, their success is marred by an unexpected assault. Yor, left waiting, confronts the pain of perceived rejection and decides to attend the party alone, facing the whispers and judgment of Camilla and her colleagues. Their mockery and suspicions deepen Yor's isolation, underscoring the precarious balance of her double life. Dominic, Camilla's husband, is approached by Yor, who asks him to reassure her brother that she attended the party with her partner. However, Camilla overhears the conversation and criticizes Yor for the dishonesty, claiming it's unbecoming to fabricate stories just to impress others. Yor is puzzled by Camilla's persistent animosity and momentarily fantasizes about silencing the gossipers permanently. Regaining her composure, Yor decides to leave, but overhears Camilla and others questioning her integrity. Just as Yor is about to exit, Lloyd arrives, startling everyone by appearing bloodied and introducing himself as Yor's husband, quickly realizing the slip in their agreed-upon story of him being her boyfriend. To explain the blood, Lloyd concocts a story about a violent encounter with a patient. Camilla, taken aback by Lloyd's attractiveness, attempts to humiliate Yor by bringing up her supposed past of providing special massages at hotels, unaware of the truth behind Yor's cover story for her assassinations. Lloyd, unfazed, praises Yor's sacrifices for her brother following their parents' death, winning the room's admiration. The pair then hastily depart, but their escape is hindered by an aggressive car chase initiated by the same attackers Lloyd encountered earlier. Yor, inquiring about their pursuers, is misled by Lloyd's claim that they are disgruntled patients from a botched treatment. Accepting Lloyd's fabricated explanation, Yor, seeking to maintain her cover and avoid suspicion about her nighttime activities, proposes a non-romantic, pretend marriage to Lloyd, unaware of his own intentions to propose a similar arrangement. Amidst the ongoing gunfire, Lloyd's quick thinking leads him to use a grenade as an improvised engagement tool, tossing it at their assailants. In the chaos, he slips the grenade's pin onto Yor's finger, symbolically sealing their faux marriage under the most unconventional and perilous circumstances.